the past couple of weeks, we've been working on a fictional tour for you in abroad. So our group has chosen a country, and the other group has chosen a country for you to tour in. That was the assignment, and we just want to go over what we came up with for you. And it was also like we also had to go over basically everything, right, guys? Everything that we did for Richard, right? So first we're gonna present or talk to you about the tour that we come up with, and then just get some feedback on everything that we did for you. To close off everything that we did, and then we can move on for our personal projects.
Cool. Okay, son.
All right. So then
Okay.
Miral's group can start.
Yeah. Roland or Alina, I don't have my laptop here. Can one of you maybe open our pitch deck, our presentation?
Yeah, I can try.
Okay. Thank you.
I'm not in the presentation.
Oh, okay. Never mind. Spannend.
Spannend.
Yeah.
Feel free, by the way, to send me this shit. Like you guys have to write like a pitch, like a document or whatever. I guess send it through so I can read it as well later.
Sure.
Good work.
I'm
Might be
able don't have rights on my computer or something. So maybe Alina, you can try. Or maybe the other group can go first.
You cannot share the screen, or
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me.
I think Guillermo should give access to you to do this because he's the host.
No, it's on my computer. It's like in system settings.
Yeah.
I have to close all my tabs
great.
to do it.
I fix the screen. Yes.
Miral, do you want
Okay.
to start with Turin or which one?
Sorry?
Do you want to start with Turin presentation or
Um,
something else?
is this your? Yes, this is. Oh.
Oh no, that's me. I don't need to see that.
So you opened it already. Okay.
Wait, who's
Did that
sharing?
work? That was me. Did that work or no?
Yeah, it did.
I was just kind of
Yeah, it
checking it
works.
out if it works.
You can also
We
start.
can also we can also go first, so you guys can figure it out. All right. Well, Guillermo, take it away, please. Can you guys see this as well, or no?
Yeah, man, I see that.
All right, cool. Guillermo, where are you?
Here. What do you need me to do?
Who was opening yesterday? Yeah. Okay. Anyways,
yeah.
this is our
So this
Go
is
ahead,
our
please.
pitch for your tour, Richard. Yeah, move on. Let's show him the country. Oh, well, the table of contents.
This is what we're going to be talking about.
Yeah.
Sick.
So this was the tour poster. These are we chose for Portugal, as you can see over here. And these are the venues that we have you playing in. But before we go to these venues, we have a writing camp for you with a couple of Portuguese artists, which we're going to talk about later. And we want to promote this by just showing clips of the first couple of shows or during the writing camp on social media, and some behind the scenes content with Portuguese subtitled posts. so that the Portuguese audience can also understand it a bit better if they don't understand English that well. And then also do some promotion with the venue, so cross promotion from our side and the venue, just some cross posts on Instagram or TikTok, and get you playlisted on Spotify.
Yeah, so for Portugal, we decided to go with that because we thought Portuguese audiences value emotional authenticity and storytelling, which we think fits with your music. And then also, there are a lot of smaller venues that kind of support emerging artists. And in terms of touring logistics, it's a lot more manageable and cost effective than other countries that we found. And also, like more like indie genre bending artists, it's a lot more welcomed in Portugal. So we think that would fit.
Yeah, and because Portugal is a small market, we kind of connect many genres of music from other countries. And we value a lot this sense of bringing new artists to the Portuguese music scene. I don't know if you know the fado music genre of Portugal. It talks a lot about vulnerability and this way of expressing sentiments into music. And yeah,
Yes, and Portugal also promotes a lot of organic growth, and a lot of people are open to discover new emerging artists. So that's why we thought this would be a fitting choice of country.
Also, the streaming industry, it's growing. It has a projected digital users of 3.8 million by 2030, with genre trends such as pop, hip hop, indie, electronic music, Afro influence, and Portuguese alternative music. So we think this could be a fit for you.
And then in terms of the artists we think you could collaborate with, we have Libra, who is a singer slash rapper. She's more focused on conscious rap and R&B, and she talks a lot about women's empowerment, mixed heritage, Black stories. And then we have Extrazen, who is a rapper and producer. He is kind of focused on kind of a raw, self-produced vibe. He's into alternative rap, has more of a DIY vision. And then we have Andre Berlim, who is a saxophonist and composer who focus mostly on jazz, but he combines that with hip hop, funk, bass, and some other fun elements. And then we have the biggest name, who is Maro. She actually has a tiny desk, which you should watch.
Maro is
Uh,
crazy, man. Maro
So
is
she,
like that's dream. Sorry, I'll let you carry on, but that's like dreaming.
yeah.
Sorry, man. Carry on. Sorry, carry on.
Omar,
no,
we
sir.
can't, we don't have audio.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then
Oh,
I'll just skip that.
Looking down.
I mean, we can
So,
watch it if we want, guys. I love Maro, so it's all good.
well, then I don't have to tell you much about her, singer-songwriter, indie, genre blending, distinctive voice. We think all
Brilliant.
four of these kind of could elevate different aspects of your music. So we think that would be a good way for that.
Yeah,
Mm.
and they all sing in English, so it's nice. And Maru has a mix of Portuguese and English, so
Yeah.
it's
Fuck yeah. Jesus, Maro's a joke. I'm going to watch some Maro after this, I think. Cool. Thanks for that.
For the tour planning, we want to do 2 weeks, and we thought about starting off in Lisbon, and we want to do a writing camp, 4 days writing camp in Lisbon Sound Society Studios, where you would collaborate with the artists that we talked about. And then you would give 3 gigs in Lisbon, where the last gig would be kind of an event collaboration with the artists you were working with. And that way you would be more inside already the music scene in Portugal, and then you would go to Coimbra and then Porto and play in these venues that are like small venues, but where also the more like the youth are going, and the music scene is growing also.
Mm. Cool. Nice.
So in terms of budgets, we expected a cost of 6,500, give or take, between the cost of the riding camp, administrative cost of booking the venues, I don't know, maybe collaborations if you want to do merchandising, selling expenses, and also the expenses that the tour would have itself, such as, well, your food, the rental car that you would need to move inside Portugal, I don't know, maybe drinks, that kind of costs. But we estimated kind of a lot of income from all the gigs you would do. We estimated average. It's not super exact, but we estimated an average of 100 people to 200 with tickets of 10 euros. That would give us an income of 7,400. We were also counting with some funding that would come out of that subsidize that they give to for example, artists in the Netherlands that want to go to international tours, they would pay the transport. And also, we're expecting, we know you don't have a publisher, but you're assigned to an independent record label, if I'm not mistaken, Vocal Records.
Yeah.
And we could have expect them to pay a bit for the writing camp. Also, we came up with a super fun strategy in which you would kind of record as a blog all your tour, the writing camp, and maybe post it on Patreon, which would also give you some money. So with that, we estimated a net profit of 3,500. But as I said, it's all estimates and nothing exact.
Yeah. Good. Well, based on solid ground, though.
Mhm.
That was our presentation.
Yep.
Thank you
Nice.
for listening, and we would like to receive some feedback or anything that you have to say.
Yeah, what you think about it?
I mean, it's nice. It's a nice concentrated effort, I'd say. Like a smart idea. Like I'd say Portugal, it's not just music. I think Portugal is massively developing in general, right? Like when you talk to your friends about like, hey, what are you gonna do in the summer? Hey, what did you do in the summer? Like someone's gonna say I was in Portugal at some point. Like it's becoming a bit of a hot spot, a little bit alternative, quite cheap. So it's a smart move. It's definitely emerging a little bit. I mean, my ex used to live in Porto, so I've been there, and there's definitely work to be done. Like the center of the city is kind of trashed because they can't afford to renovate it, I believe is the whatever. That's irrelevant. But it's a nice idea. It makes sense as well, especially the writing camp idea. A friend of mine, Fenna, who's also a local artist, she's signed to Vocal as well. She's I'd say she's probably a step or two ahead of me right now in terms of like career path, but she was at Westway recently in Portugal, which was a writing camp / conference sort of thing. So there's definitely avenues to be had out there. It makes sense. It's interesting, that kind of correlation that you would choose Portugal, and then I like happened to be one of my friends done pretty much that. Only she hasn't taught. It was a writing camp for a week or so. But I mean, it's nice. It's good. It's good. I know people out there as well, so that would also probably also a thing with musicians. A lot of them are just like, instead of paying to stay at places, they're going to stay at their friends' houses. So it cuts costs a little bit that way. And I know people out there. But yeah, no, it's a good idea. I like it. Feel free to send through, and I might. Who knows? I might just take you up on some of these suggestions at some point.
Yeah.
Stuff. All right, thank you.
No problem. And Mado will be sick. I'm curious. I haven't heard of the other 3 artists, but my God, if I were to work with Mado, I saw it Tivoli a few years ago, and it was just like, what is this? This is fucking crazy good.
Yeah,
Anyway,
incredible.
enough about Mado. Fucking hell, we get it. She's good.
And then
But
I
I
guess we'll
think it could,
pass. Oh, sorry. Go
like,
ahead,
all
Zoe.
these collabs could be a possibility also, because she's working at a studio that I'm working with, and I know some people. I know her manager, and I know people that work with her. So I feel like this tour could happen for
Yeah,
real.
everything's feasible, right? I mean, it comes with the effort and knowing the right people, bit of luck, basically.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, he's a jazz drummer. He's from London. He got this gig. He was here a couple of weeks ago in the Melkweg. I went to see him, and the guy he was playing with, we vibed, and it could well be the point that he'll come back and I might have a chance at support. That's just how easy it is sometimes. Like if they haven't got a support, my friend is a tour manager. He tour manages a lot of people, but he has a gig now with Tom Mitch. Like that's perfect. Like that might actually be on the cards at one point, and that just comes from knowing someone. That's like, oh, by the way, my friend from high school is also really good, and he's doing okay. If you came to Amsterdam, would you consider him? That's just how it can be sometimes.
Yeah, the music industry is all about connections and making
So,
the
yeah, absolutely.
But I think we also need to we want to tell you what we've been doing so far, because we've been doing stuff for you. And
Everything like this, but this we did with the different group settings, right?
yeah, it's true.
That's
Yeah,
true.
like we could talk about the deal making thing.
Yeah.
Right, right. But I don't have anything to show for that. It's just, or wait, do I? Hold on, let me look it up real quick.
So we made it. Do you want to explain that yet?
Basically, I think we were given like a fake. Did we choose recording or publishing? I think publishing, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, we got a fake publishing deal for you, and then we had to act essentially as like your like legal team, and we had to come up with like a counter deal,
Okay, cool.
and then we had to present that to like a exec basically. So Omar's gonna pull it up now, and then we're gonna explain a bit.
Yes.
Nice.
Basically, we were your lawyers.
Sick. I mean, I have an accountant, and there is one day that I'll need a lawyer for sure. Like, if I ever get like I might have a deal. This is really might, guys. I get spammed by people a lot on Instagram, like, hey, pay €5 for, no, pay €50 for like 5 years worth of stream sort of shit. But sometimes it's actually legit. And it's a guy who sent me a load of demos, and they might be in like an A24 film, which is like Moonlight and fucking Hereditary and all that shit. This is like this is like really early days. But he's interested and he's pitching shit, and they're in, they have a history. Like he did the soundtrack to GTA 4 or some shit. Like he's a genuine guy, career musician. But yeah, if that deal were to happen, I'm like, all right, I need a fucking lawyer for this, man. Like I need to know what the fuck I'm talking about here, or else I'm in trouble.
You should get a publisher.
Yeah, for sure. I tell you what, I mean, I have this book here right now, by the way, guys. This is my Bible. You should buy this book if you are genuinely interested in getting into music. It's called All You Need to Know About the Music Business by Donald S. Passman. They're like revised editions. Every time a crazy new emerging market will come, there'll probably be a new edition because of AI. I would buy it if I were you guys.
Nice, thank you.
But it literally has everything, like about everything: licensing, publishing, management, whatever. Like it's a big book, but if you need to know about a certain thing, you can just dip in. I'd recommend it massively.
Nice, thank you.
You guys see my screen? No.
I see
No.
a screen with a PDF sort of document.
Yeah. That's it. That's our deal memo. So who's gonna talk about this, guys?
I could.
Go ahead.
So we got like like a deal proposal from a publisher, which basically in a nutshell wanted to get your works, your already existing works, plus all the works that you were gonna do for 10 years. And we kind of counter propose that. There were some things that we didn't like. So they wanted all the rights from your songs, existing and future. The contract was way too long. We thought it would be better if you had instead of a 10-year contract, maybe a 3 to 5 year contract, but with revisions. If it worked good, you could have extended that. And also, they wanted to still have your rights even before the contract finished, which we also thought it was kind of abusive. Um, so yeah, we wanted the things that we proposed, the non-negotiables, were that you had to keep your wait, it's moving a lot. You had to keep
Sorry.
at least partial ownership. Uh, you would have a reversion clause and redact the contract. And also, they wanted to be exclusive. That was more negotiable. Maybe you could have been exclusive, maybe not. And the royalties, which were kind of fair, to be honest. Uh, so yeah, keep going down. So we kind of counter propose to them, if they want your existing rights, they would be 70% of the royalties for you, 30% for them, because you didn't do it with them. And reduce agreement from 10 years to 3 years with no automatic renewals, unless you agreed with them. And this could be done with compensated with a 70-30 split, benefiting the publisher if there was no renewal. And yeah, I think also they should provide you with some basic things such as access to songwriting, collaborations with other artists, networking, and yeah, there's not much to it more, I think, guys. If you want to add anything else.
Yeah, so after the negotiation, I was the one negotiating. Um, the overall feedback for me, before I go into the details that we decided on, I was a bit too lenient, so maybe some things are still a bit off for what we aimed to. But anyways, we got a 6-year deal. He told us to keep aiming for the 3 years, but like I said, I was a bit too lenient with the negotiator. So after the contract termination, the royalties are for 25 years. They stay with the label for 25 years instead of the lifetime, which is I think 70 years. Um, but we should definitely negotiate it down to 15, but we got it to 25. You get 2 songwriting camps per year with a 3,000 euro traveling budget per year, and the previous rights of the artist. Um, so your previous rights, the publisher takes 30%, and then after negotiation, you get everything back. Or after the contract termination, sorry, you get everything back. That's what we finalized on.
All right, cool.
So what are your thoughts on that?
My thoughts. I did a degree briefly. I did a year music management, and when it came to like these negotiations and publishing, I was also really lenient and just sort of like a deer in headlights. Yeah, I mean, I have a little bit more of a grasp on this sort of thing. This is the sort of thing where a lot of like when I ask my friends for advice on stuff like this, who are like a little bit further ahead than me, they just say chat, 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 chat. So they're throwing everything into fucking AI nowadays to find out the answer. Like, what's the best way to respond? Ultimately I prefer to. I have a few people that I have unlocked that I would send this, not necessarily a team, who would like say whether it's a shit contract or not, basically. And that's what I do. And it would probably be there'll be a bit of pushback. I don't know whether I think there'd probably be a little less leniency on the pushback from them, but they're tried and tested industry professionals, so that's fair enough. Um, ultimately, yeah. What I also worry about when it comes to rights of my music, it's like when it comes to like we have all your rights and whatnot. It's about okay, so where's it gonna go? I got asked to help a friend out with a deal that she was gonna get with a producer, and part of it was like they will have control of your music and it can go anywhere. So all right, so it can go into a Trump campaign potentially. Not that it's probably not going to blow up anytime soon, but it could, based on this contract, go to like something like in a Trump campaign. And do you want to be in a Trump campaign? It's like, no. Is that right? Well, then probably best not to sign this, or probably best to come up with some sort of counter. So yeah, for me, it's yeah, like keep a good share of the pie, but also make sure that I can control somewhat where it goes, which is easier said than done. No, it's interesting. I mean, I'm struggling to read this thing. I'm not going to lie to you the whole time. So I would appreciate if this document sent through. Yeah, there we go. Send it through as well, and I can go over it again. But the songwriting camps is always nice. Like that's basically every time I do a camp over like a session with someone, it results in new income. So that's a smart move.
Yeah, we thought that the publisher deal would be the best for you instead of the record deal. Because also with publishing deals, you can like do these writing camps and they pitch your music to the radios, television. It's really nice to put your music out there. It's very helpful.
Yeah, I mean, so far I have one song, I think, and to be fair, I got offered a second one, but we never got around to it. They were offered deals with not Universal, fucking which one? Warner Chappell. So I have a Christmas song, which is a publishing deal with them, and Bella was meant to go on publishing there, but we never signed the contract yet. And honestly, when it comes to publishing and Big Free, not something I really want to do. I want to try and keep as independent as possible. Yeah, but so far, yeah. Otherwise, no publishing. But one day, because the only other publishing deals I get offered are these fucking random ones that I don't trust. That are emails, just random emails from random people. But this is, I mean, it's nice. Please send through this doc, and I'll have a little look through it as well. Just for it's all knowledge. To be fair to me. Yeah. Good work. But so how did it work then? Were you sat in like a classroom with fucking Nerko and the other fella, and they were the publisher or what?
No, it was David, but he was just in the back, just observing. And then there was this guy, I forgot his name, but he was not a teacher at the minor, but he came in just for this, and he was negotiating with us. He was
He was
very nice, but yeah,
he was from a
it was very
publisher.
nice.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Oh, nice.
Yeah. We have to
Guys,
create a
wait.
new meeting, right?
Sorry to stop you there, guys. This meeting is gonna end because Zoom only lets 40 minutes of meeting. So I'll create one in 5 minutes you should join that one. I will create the meeting and send the link. So in 5 minutes, let's switch to that meeting.
Check.
Cool.
So there was the tour, there's the publishing. What else have you guys had to do? Anything else?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had to create a brand profile as well,
And a
but that
super
we did in a different group setting. Yeah, this super fan strategy / brand profile. So I think we'll just show that in the next meeting, and then we'll pass on to the other group.
Cool.
Right?
Chill.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you send it.
Yeah, I give you permission.
It's
Cool.
recording.
Wait,
All right.
where's Richard?
Oh, he's not here yet?
He's here. He's here. He's here.
Oh,
Yeah, he's here. He's here.
I'm
Is
chilling.
someone-
So Daya, Rowan, and Alina, are we just gonna show our brand profile and then pass on to the next group?
yeah, we also have
Yeah.
to show the flow chart.
Yeah.
Sorry?
We have to show the flow chart as well.
Oh, okay.
So
That's cool.
we can just present those two and then the other group can go.
Okay.
Right. Let me find the flowchart. It's right here. All right, cool. So I'm gonna start with the flow chart then, because it's shorter. Ready? Can you guys see my screen?
Yeah, I can see something.
All right, so this is our flow chart that we made with the group in the first semester. It's basically just showing how everything flows with when you release a track, like who are the rights holders, the recording rights holders, etc. Um, yeah, we did some research on that, and there was not a lot of people involved with your tracks. So here we have some rights holders, which is you as an artist and as a composer, and then it was for the specific song demo, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second artist, um, M. Damien, and then he was also a composer on the track, and then your label, Vocal Records. For the recording rights, it's you, and then the second artist, M. Damien, and uh, the
Mm-hmm.
label. And for the publishing rights holders, it's you as well, and then the second artist, M. Damien. So that was that for the rights holders, and then Roland did this slides, which was the income splits. Maybe you can tell you something about that.
Right. So for the master rights, obviously, so for a fictional 100 grand, we divided the master rights incomes, and the income sources are stated there. And then for 100 grand, the label would get 47,500, 5,000 for the producer, and then the split between you and Damien for the rest of the almost other half. And then the publishing rights, which are from streaming, film, cinema, retail, is divided in between mechanical and performing rights. So the mechanical rights are collected by collecting societies like Buma Stemra, and then divided to the artists 50-50 between you and Damien. And then the performing rights also through Buma would also be distributed 50-50. And then for the neighboring rights like TV and radio, collecting societies like Sina would collect them, and they would be split 50-50 between label and the artists on the record. So yeah, I don't
Right, and
know
then
if
for the
you,
brand, oh,
yeah.
I think it's best if we go to the brand profile and then just do everything in one in Richard's comments. So yeah, this is our artist strategy. So we had to come up with a strategy for you to gain some super fans. So then we just talked about the artists. We don't have to do that right now because obviously you know who you are. And then for your
No,
core,
tell
you
me.
know, okay. Oh well.
No, tell me. Sorry, man.
We go talk about your core. If Rowan wants to do that, pick that up.
Yeah, well, from the talks we had, we found that like a couple of core values that you had was being authentic and true in your sound, and also the way you make music. So no use of autotune and stuff like that. And then you really like to be vulnerable in your lyrics. You like to describe things you have, or like days in your life, right? Personal experiences, and you also really valued being genuine towards your audience. So that was our core values for our design. And then your current fan base, which you also probably kind of know, is mostly programmed listeners, and we thought that there was a lot of potential in getting more active listeners towards your account. And for that, we made a strategy.
So basically, for our goal, it's on the screen within 10 weeks after the next release. Oh,
What was?
What happened?
I don't know.
No.
Oh, there it is.
There we are.
Next release, achieve a core fan base of 100 new highly engaged super fans in the Netherlands through a WhatsApp community group.
Oui.
And then
Okay.
here, our why was the A Thousand Truth Fans theory by Kevin Kelly, which talks about how 1,000 like true core fans is more valuable than like, let's say like 1 million not really engaged fans, because the
Fucking
1,000 fans really engage with your stuff and really support you in everything you do.
yeah, for sure. For sure. I can believe
Yeah,
that.
so for the tactics that we are go wanted to focus on was the Tiny Desk concerts, because you already mentioned us several times during the meetings we had that you already did this and that was quite successful. So we really wanted to continue with this and also focus on the social media campaign and post consistently some content. And Omar, was it your idea that we had to post the videos of music production as it is like the I forgot what was it?
Yeah, yeah.
How to name
So
this right?
the idea behind the
Yeah,
content
can
was
you
because you
explain, please?
mentioned to us, yeah, you mentioned to us that you really like the cooking content on like TikTok and other platforms. So we thought you could make videos where you show the music production process as if it's like you cooking up a dish. So every sound, every layer, everything that you do while making a track is like a different ingredient being prepared. And then the entire song is like the final dish, and you could present it as that in a social media posts or multiple posts.
Mm, cool.
And
Yeah,
then
and
for the
also we
budget,
thought that
oh,
maybe
sorry.
creating yeah, sorry. Yeah, just wanted to
It's okay.
mention that we also had the idea that maybe creating a WhatsApp community where you can post also consistently to the people who are there about the new releases, just any information they want. And we can do this through, for instance, putting on the screen a QR code after those Tiny Desk concerts as well to offer more like closer to fan communication.
Right. And then for the budget, we have the budget for the Tiny Desk concerts, which is 2 concerts per week, and that's for 3 weeks. And the paid ads on TikTok and Instagram, etc., for the social media campaign. So these would be the numbers, and the entire campaign would cost 9,000 euros. And for the yeah, that's for the total. So for the Tiny Desk shows and the social media campaign.
Yeah, and here it's just like the summary of what we were told already.
Right.
Yeah.
So that was
Just to
basically
clear
it.
one thing up. Sorry, just to clear one thing up. The Tiny Desk, you mean like the living room concerts, right?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah. So if you have any comments, anything you want to say,
Well, yeah, that was one thing. I was like, fuck. I thought you meant like you're gonna plug for Tiny Desks. Like, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get that. But yeah, that's cool. That's I mean that makes sense. Because yeah, it's something we're looking to do again soon. I finally got a band together now. We're in early stages of like we're gonna have a luister sessie tomorrow, a listening session where we're going to listen to the tracks that I've yeah, basically the whole EP, a couple of the singles, and my upcoming new EP. We're going to just listen to that and try and figure out a live setting for that, and hopefully we're going to bring that to some local venues, but maybe also like a nice intimate setting like this the sort of the living room concert, tiny desk sort of things. And who knows, maybe even film it properly like this if we can find the money or the people that are willing to do it for a favor or for whatever. What else is there? Fucking yeah, the dissection of a track idea is really nice. Problem is like takes a good producer. Unfortunately, right now I'm just not a good enough producer to do that sort of shit where it can be like for example, Disclosure is a great example. They went through like how they made Latch step by step and how it was actually just this stock thing on GarageBand or something like that, but it's still quite you know complicated for me. Like there's a lot of artists who are good producers themselves. Unfortunately, I'm not one of them right now. I'm good enough to do little tracks here or there, just little vocal tracks, and then I give it to the producer. They'll make a mix of it themselves. So yeah, that's something for the future, I think. Right now I could do that, but it would just be more an acoustic sort of thing. Like, I could take a track like the last single of mine, IPA, and be like, okay, so this is what we did, and it would just be much more limited version, and then just suddenly punch in the actual finished track or something like that. What else was there? Bloody. I'm curious about this one. I've Googled it already, the 1,000 true fans theory, because I think you're spot on. You can see with the program listeners, like there's so many of them, but it's just like, per 100,000 streams, I get like 10 Shazams or something, which is, yeah. I mean, it's nice. I'm not going to complain about getting 100,000 streams. Like, I don't know. I can't remember the stats anymore, but it's quite that I get that quite easily. 100,000 streams, so like that's definitely attainable in a week. I think half a week I get that nowadays, but there's not much engagement. It's really background music. So I think 1,000 true fans, it's a massive thing to have. A friend of mine was drumming recently. He came to Utrecht, and like they do everything in house now. They don't use labels anymore, because they've managed to find a strong enough fan base that they know will buy this record, and then it's just a matter of splitting it between the band and getting the taxes sorted out. And when they need to deal with an external party, they'll get like a lawyer or whoever involved to help them out, and they'll have their accountant. But they're set because they have this fan base which isn't going anywhere anytime soon, because it's not like their fans are teenagers that will grow out of the music. Like their fans are already adults. They know what they like, and they're sorted. So yeah, there's a lot of stock in actually having a real fan base for sure. Like just even if it's like not millions and it's a few hundred people or 1,000 people, it's a good idea. Also with the WhatsApp thing is a nice idea. I'll be curious to see how that works. But also there's the classic mailing list. Mailing list is it can be tough to get people on board, but when you get them on board, it's really also adding to this like true fan aspect. Like if you really love the music, then you're gonna want to read the mailing list. Like it happens. I don't do it personally, but it does happen. Yeah. Yeah, it was good. The one thing, I sound like a dickhead and sorry about it, but the flow chart, for example, and I think in another thing, there are a few spelling mistakes, like quite big ones, like letters missing. Like keep an eye on that shit, because like that's the sort of thing where people will just check out. Publishing Rise and Carriere, it's just like a friendly sort of constructive criticism. Like you need to keep an eye on that, otherwise people will check out pretty quickly when they see stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But otherwise, yeah, I mean,
right.
well done. It's like I hope you enjoyed it, and I appreciate it massively.
Of course. We'll send you everything that we made, and make sure you get it and can read
Cool.
it yourself as well.
Thanks very much.
All right, then I guess the other group can go ahead and show their stuff.
Yes. All right. So, might be best if we start with what you guys ended with, because then it's still like partly your group. Wait, what are we going to share the? Oh yeah, wait, we don't really have the other ones, I think. Yeah.
Branding or Spotify? Branding.
Yeah.
I'm gonna share the screen. 1 second.
But this is for. Oh yeah.
Can you see it?
This one. No, you have to click and then share. Okay. Can you see this?
I do see that, yeah.
Okay. So this is ours. It all looks a bit the same because
It's
obviously
very plain.
Yeah, our groups have like split into like well actually no, we already had two groups, but then we had to make new groups of the
Oh,
existing group. So everyone used a bit like the same things or so. But this is like from our old group. So like the
So it's
last
me, Meryl, and Guillermo that left the call.
yeah.
yes, and David is also
And
left,
David,
but he's
that
not here.
yeah, he's working.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
we made the branding, like it's about you. So we talked a bit about your artwork. We got inspired on our branding, on the colors of it also, and then we made the identity about you, your current audience, the target audience, and your achievements like on Spotify, and some other things that you did already,
Mm-hmm.
and then your goals. And yeah, that was it for the branding.
Yeah, so that was more to like let people know who you are, of course. Like you obviously know who you are, but like yeah, that was for this was the assignment to do that. So we got all the information from the conversation we had with you when we had the call at like the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is our super fan strategy. So of course who you are again, and then here's our the journey we've had. We were thinking we had for discovery, of course, that's where we want to start. Get you in some playlists, get some content out there on social media, raw performance reels. So just really you being you, because people really enjoy seeing
Raw content and
yeah,
more.
just people, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And of course the target would be late 20s, early 30s. Then we want to build a community. We do this by the Instagram broadcast channel. It's like the same on WhatsApp, but then on Instagram, because we think people tend to use that more than WhatsApp. First goal would be 100 members. And that way there would be like a direct connection. So it feels more personal because people, because you talk directly to the people and you could share some stuff in there as well. And we talk later, I think. Yeah. And ownership, because people like to have like a feeling like they own something to feel more connected as well.
Yeah.
So we'd have the email newsletters. Our goal would be 15 members there, and it's for like lifetime engagement because I mean, you can always sign out, but not a lot of people do that. And they still like sometimes when they look at their email, they'll be like, oh, wait, I remember this. And then they'll look into it as well.
Yeah, and they want to feel like they're part of something and that they're inside of your community. So
Yeah.
these are basically some strategies that we make for them to feel included. Yeah.
Yes. Well, we've actually already explained this a
Yeah.
bit. So
Yeah,
I'll
we did.
skip
We
this.
did.
We'll send this to you afterwards, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Then we created like a super fan strategy for long term. It's more like specific throughout the years, like what we would do.
Yeah. So it's for the next 2 years, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, we
Yep.
did.
Yes, that's it. Yeah, so that's like the part we share, right? Because our we had the flowchart as well, but the one we worked on was actually for like a different song from an album we picked from our group. Like you could also pick like a group song. So we did that because we had to pick some albums we liked, and then we did on our own thing. So we didn't really have anything on you. We only had this here of credits, but that's not like
It was the first
Yeah.
essay.
yeah, because like the one we did was on Feel Good Inc. by the Gorillas, so it's not really interesting for you.
No, I find it a bit interesting, but it's not relevant necessarily. No.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's our shared part.
And we, of course, we all made a lot of more research that we're not gonna be showing you because it's more documents of research, but we really dived into superfan strategy, what it is, and we thought about the best way to implement it into your career and work.
Yeah. Yeah, so we did like research on just like how do you get super fans, what are super fans to begin with, of course. And then we looked into you, we did like what we already knew about you, what we've talked about with you, but also what could we find on internet. Yeah, like information based around you. And that's how we made this super fan strategy.
Yeah. And for the branding as well.
And the branding as well, of course.
Okay, cool.
Do you have any comments on this?
Yeah, I mean, again, like just send, even if it's not necessarily like relevant to me, because like that's kind of the thing with modern music, like being an artist, like we have to do everything for the most part up until you kind of not made it, but you're making it, you know, then that's when like a team really starts to form around you. Because, I mean, unless you've got money, people are going to join your team because they're interested in the project, more or less, and that comes with a little bit of stock. You know, if I just play open mics all my life and say, "Hey, I want to build a team," they're going to be like, "Okay, but what have you done like apart from these open mics?" You know. So, yeah, I don't have time typically. Well, yeah, I'm trying to just make the music and then also have to do all the fucking admin and all the promo and constantly think of these ideas. So to have like, even though obviously you guys are not actually my team, let's say, you've done bits, I would appreciate if you like the super. I'm curious about the super fun strategy shit, for example, because like I really would like to have like consistent engagement and be able to engage with people and sort of like let it grow organically. So if you have any of these documents that you've where you've done some research and stuff like that would be great for me. It's kind of like when I used to study, someone would make a summary, Samenvatting from the logistics and or whatever, some bullshit that no one, you know, some people didn't even have the book because they didn't have the money for the book, you know, and then someone will make a summary and sell it for €10 sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like
And
that.
it's interesting what you're saying because our podcast is about the growth of independent artists and labels. And
Our podcast.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
made
we
a podcast with the whole class, and then we had like everyone had to do all separate episodes for the whole podcast, and then we with Guillermo we did like an episode on independent growth of independent artists and labels.
And it's exactly what you're talking about, the fact that the artist kind of has to become the designer, the content creator. Like you have to do everything yourself because when you're independent, like you have to become those things to promote yourself. You're kind of your own product that you are selling in a way. And it's yeah, you're basically saying what we were talking about in the podcast.
Yep. Yeah, it's tough life, but it's fun as well. It comes with its pros and cons, right?
It becomes more personal also, like
yeah. But cool, yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean, these are all good ideas. Like, it's good ideas. I'm seeing some of them, and yeah, I mean, it's always nice to have that sort of like that third person perspective, like, you know, because you think you know yourself, and in terms of like the music itself, it's pretty certain. Although like my anxiety levels sort of say to me like the whole time, like, you don't know what you're talking about. Generally, I'm pretty comfortable with like the output and what I'm saying and who I am as an artist. But in terms of like how to project that to the world, is like there's always people coming up with interesting perspectives. Like when I was going for funds the last time in the last few months, a friend of mine was like, I think this is what you are. Like you mentioned the colors, for example, in the artwork. He was like, you know, if you're gonna release a song that's about depression, maybe make it not so colorful. That's why the IPA artwork is instantly really dark. But for me, I think that kind of like we tried that, and I don't necessarily want that. I want to keep the artwork just like consistently vibrant because it just looks nicer, and sort of like, even though the music is maybe not necessarily always so happy, it's like, yeah, but it's like it's going to be okay at the end of the day. Like you have to always think it's going to be okay, and I think the artwork is kind of the representation of that. Like trying to keep positive, sort of thing, you know.
Yeah, that's...
But yeah, it was an interesting perspective, and I was willing to try it out. And yeah, maybe in another way I could go down that more darker tone, but I think not so much for the artwork. Keep it colorful, keep it light.
Yeah, it's also
Yeah.
nice for your own branding, because if that's what you want and you want to keep it consistent, then that works perfectly.
Yeah, I mean, you could argue that the consistency there was like we're gonna stick to the same artist, Julia, and there's consistency already. You can see from the design, but with the color, it's like a little deviance, let's say. But no, yeah, I mean, well done, guys. I hope you enjoyed it again. Like, I hope it was like actually fun. You didn't want to just like you didn't wake up and like, fuck, I have to talk about this guy again.
No,
No.
of course not. But there's one thing, because we're not done yet, actually, because this was like the thing that the first group started with. That's like what we did in the last
Presentation.
like the last part of the so like when we reformed the groups, because so it's kind of it's hard to explain, but of course we started with our first groups when the first time we met, it was like Lua, no, actually you joined later, but it was David, Guillermo and me, and then Lua joined later, and then we had to reform groups, and now I am with David, Alina, and Rowan. So the new group. So we also have something to present.
Okay,
So
fire
I
away.
think Alina will share her screen.
They're gonna present their tour to you now.
Yes, like
we presented our tour to you, and now they're gonna present
All
their
right, cool. All right, where are we going? Let's go.
Yeah.
We are going home.
Yes, our
We're going
home.
home.
Wait,
Oh,
wait, wait.
it's gonna be
What can
expensive. But I'm looking forward to it. That's another thing. A friend of mine, when you tour to the UK or you're a UK artist, you have to come here. You have to pay per everything, like per cable, per guitar, per drum, whatever. So if you're ever managing a band that are touring, going to the UK or coming back, just make it look as low budget as possible, and just don't do any of the tariffs, and just take the chance that no one's going to check, because otherwise you're paying so much to come in and out of the country. Friend of mine has been doing that for years, where they just get a little white van like they're a builder or a plumber, and they're never checked, because that is that's what's killing touring in Europe for UK artists, that they have to pay so much, and vice versa. I'll shut up now. Carry on, guys.
That's crazy. Okay, when afterwards we'll share this as well.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah,
Yes.
I'm
do I want to start now, because we have like 9 minutes left on this meeting.
Oh, not again.
right.
We'll just start, and then we'll create a new one. Maybe we don't get kicked out.
Maybe. I'm gonna throw my email address in the meantime in the chat, so you can know where to send it. I don't know if you guys have it already or not.
Thank you.
Oh, it's just there anyway. Anyway, not all right. 9 minutes. Let's go. Bam.
Okay, we got this. Do you want to
Okay.
start, Milo?
Yeah, sure. So, what we've already told you, their tour would be called Homecoming Tour, because we're going to England. So, can go to the next page, Alina.
Does it work? Because I changed the pages. It doesn't
I
work?
saw the old page. Maybe that's me.
Okay, wait. Maybe I will just
Like, you
Ooh,
cannot go full screen. I think you have to scroll.
wait.
Yes, I see a country selected now. Yeah.
nice.
Okay.
Okay. So why did we pick England? Because you already have some audience there. We've checked if more than 13K listeners there. Of course, it's an English-speaking market. It helps to keep and build new audience, because people like it when like you revisit, for example, and of course because we can really brand it as a homecoming tour. And new audience, of course, because you'll be performing live. New people will come to visit. There's a Mac Miller and Bakar fan base, and yeah, you told us you liked it and you feel inspired by those artists as well. So I thought, yeah, would be great.
Cool.
Do I have
Did
to
it
do that?
switch? No?
Yes, it switched. Yes. Okay. Sorry, these are most of like the things that David would want to talk about, but he's not here, so I'll try to do it as well. So we've found some facts about the market and trends of music in England. And we've actually found out that there's a big revenue there. It's like 8 billion, which was in 2024. And the UK is the third largest recorded music market in the world. So that's great because, like who wouldn't want to perform somewhere where music does great?
Mhm.
So we found out that let's see, neo soul is really getting big in 2025, and I remembered you mentioned something about like wanting to go a bit to the R&B side, but also want to combine neo soul with it as well. So we try to look more into that as well, like maybe people would like it. And Gen Z is also really loving raw and honest songwriting recently. People don't really like pop too much anymore, and they want to see like a bit more of a mixture of pop and other music. So we think you'd fit great there. Um, and yes, of course, like what we already mentioned, like our tour, like what we didn't mention yet, but our tour will be going past the cities London, Manchester, Brighton, and some other cities, if I'm right, Leeds as well. But London, Manchester, and Brighton are currently Europe's top cities for soul and neo soul and indie live scene. Well, that's where you fit, of course. And of course, what we already said, it's your home country, so it's nice to get it for the branding as well. And there are a lot of live music enthusiasts.
Yep. Ooh.
All right, so we'll talk about the cultural media insights now. Yes, okay. So of course, we'd have to promote the tour. How we're going to be doing it is, of course, by short form content, authentic storytelling, and multi-platform fan engagement, which is, I mean, everyone's doing it because it's popular, of course. We want to use TikTok for discovery. And we can also use Reels as well for that part. We make emotional clips, previews, artist personality, because you like what you've mentioned, of course, you like raw storytelling, and your songs are about some stories, and like the things we've seen you post already is always just you, like a day in the life, and people really tend to like that as well. We use YouTube and Instagram for fan connection and fan building. Kind of with the same approach as TikTok, but more also just posting some live sessions on YouTube. And people really like to look at Instagram pages for visual identity because you can have a quick overview of who is this person, what do they look like, and what are their interests. Spotify would get you playlists, saves, and repeat listenings, of course. Just really getting your streaming growing. You're already at like a high streaming number, of course, but never bad to have more. And we'd go back to BBC, introducing. We found out that a lot of artists actually are able to get back there. And with you already being there, I think a lot of fans would like to see you there again. And we could promote the tour, of course, because yeah, BBC introducing promotes tours as well. And the live shows, of course, we have well, where we're going, and I know Rowan will tell a bit more about that later, so that's for him to tell. Alina, it's your turn.
Yes, so when we were focusing on the promotion strategy after what Meryl just presented, we wanted to do this before the tour in order to create awareness around you and introduce that you are actually going back. And how we are going to do this is through, again, consistent social media presence and the radio outreach. And during the tour, we want to, of course, maximize attendance and build again the super fans and create buzz around your presence in there. So during the tour for this, we want to do a lot of videos, a lot of backstage things to post later on, and also some interviews, which will help us to get the direct fan interaction and build those super fans in this regard as well. And of course, after the tour, we also wanted you to have some consistent postings, like follow-ups on what was done, how was it, and again, some backstage things.
Hmm. Okay, cool.
And yeah, the idea, we just had to also explain why should venues book you. So we thought that you already have the BBC Radio introducing connection, so you already was there. And we thought that it would be nice because you have this network in a way. Also, you already have experience with big venues in the Netherlands, which also means that you have great stage energy and experience. And again, you have thousands of UK Spotify listeners. And how we want to contact the venues to organize all of this is that first, since you're going home, we did not discuss this with you yet, but we wanted to use your network because we were sure that you have some network back there. Also, there are Dutch booking agencies that can help us to reach out to the places in UK, and also we want to focus on support slots for touring artists. So basically, I don't know who exactly will tell a bit more about it, but we will present the artists for collabs later as well.
Rowan.
Yeah, all right. So,
Yeah, Rowan
like
already.
you mentioned
Yeah.
before, you already have like a pretty strong streaming profile. I don't know. Oh, wait, I only have like 20 seconds.
Yeah, I was about to say it's coming, isn't it?
Oh,
It's got to be coming.
yeah. Let's start from this one, this slide. We're in the next meeting.
Right, ta-ta, bye-bye.
Will it kick us out?
I don't know.
I've
Maybe we
never.
can see.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. So just for the recording, for if we are listening back to it, we just presented our deal memo, the rest of it, and now we are receiving feedback from Richard.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just happy that I don't have to do when it comes to these things, there's normally someone there to help me through it because it's just a lot of numbers and a lot of confusion basically for me. Yeah, I mean, can you go up to what the initial offer was again? Because
Yeah.
it's kind of
What is it in here or is it in the other one? It's in the other one.
It was on Canvas. If you can now look for it there, yeah.
Well, do
Or
you-
wait, I will send you the link. That would be easier.
Yes, thank you. See myself here.
This Canvas stuff. I will send here. Yeah, I sent it on WhatsApp on our chat.
Right.
Oh, oops.
Now that's again our thing.
Okay, this is what we got. Do you see it? Okay.
Yeah,
This is what we
vaguely.
received.
There we go.
Oh, sorry, I tried to zoom in. Yeah.
This is what you received there. Well, initially,
Yes.
I mean, for a start, my name's not professionally known as Rickard K. Sayer, so this contract's void. I guess there's your feedback, fuckers. Yeah, I mean, it's. Did I really just hear something like 2 albums a year was part of the initial
Yeah.
offer? Fuck that.
Yeah,
That's noise.
that's what they offered.
I mean, at a certain point, one of them could be counted as a compilation. Could be like the best of Volume 3 or whatever. It'll get to that point. Yeah, but I mean, maybe that's kind of like it's like that. But then it's kind of like kind of a beginner's because even I know that's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy to expect that from someone unless they're like hyper motivated, incredibly creative, like constantly just like fuck it, I don't care, I'm gonna bring it out sort of sort of mindset, which I definitely don't have. I'm really it takes a while for me to get going, and it takes me a while to have the courage to bring shit out. So maybe in that aspect, it's kind of like, okay, this is probably never going to happen in real life, but negotiate this sort of thing. Yeah. I think a couple singles a year is not too far away from where I'm at now. Like I'd say on average right now, it's this average of 2 to 3, and trying at least once every year or once every year and a half, 2 years, have a new EP out and have a collection of tracks come out together. You know, I'm still looking to build up to an album. Like I haven't, because that's gonna cost a fucking bomb. Because right now when I record, it's free, and I just split royalties between the people that I make the tracks with. But eventually, like an album, it's a little bit my own thing. It's gonna cost a bob. So yeah, good that you would stick to singles, for example, as like the main output, let's say. Yeah, these are the sort of contracts that I just like I'm petrified by, because it's just like you feel rude by telling them like no, but then you're worried that you're gonna get blacklisted as well or something, like, well, don't work with this guy because he's gonna fuck you up. Sorry, back to the what you guys negotiated out of the deal again, please. If you could, that would be very, very, very helpful for me, because I can't remember everything.
It is here. Yes.
No, version 2.
Oh. Wait. Oh, okay. So this is.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
Yes. Okay.
Oof. Yeah, I mean, it's a little bit of a mindfuck for me just in general, this sort of stuff. Like, whenever I get a contract, I need like a day to just like figure it out or throw it in chat. In
Yeah.
fact, because a lot of people do that nowadays. Yeah, I mean, yeah, I mean, it certainly sounds like a better deal as a result of your input, from what I've gathered.
Yeah, we changed a lot to non-recoupable because almost everything was recoupable or 50% recoupable, and we just thought it was a bit much. Like in the first few years of your career, or if you just like got this deal, of course, it's not really realistic for the artist to get everything not recoupable or 50%, because you just wouldn't make enough for the deal for if it's only like. Because we did it we wanted 5 years. They had like a different idea. I think they had like longer, right, Alina?
They have it for a lifetime. They wanted it forever.
Yeah, it would take too long to get there, with like the recoupable stuff or the half, 50% recoupable. So we thought 5 years, everything non-recoupable. They didn't like the offer, of course, because that's not too, like.
Well, it's kind of worlds apart, really, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Like, of course, like we want something else for artists than they would. But
yeah, and also we don't ask for any like advancement payments, so that's why we try to negotiate it. Yeah, let's try to make it non-recoupable, because you're actually not giving us any money in advance.
Yeah. So
yep, smart.
That's it.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes to singles and stuff, definitely no need for an advance, because, like, when I'm thinking of an advance from something, it will be more like for a touring. Like, I'd need an advance on touring nowadays, because, like, in order to get all that money, or like maybe a little bit of like a promo packet sort of thing, like recording a clip and a little bit for the budget to promote it itself. Like, that's the sort of stuff I'd be asking money for, whereas like an advance, and then I'm not going to necessarily pay it back immediately with touring, but I would pay back with my royalties. That's a kind of when we released the physical record, for example, the vinyl, the label paid for it, and then they got their money back with streaming income. We just took away 3 months of our streaming income to pay it away, and it worked out fine. So yeah, no need for advance, indeed, when it comes to a lot of these things, for the most part, unless it's like a massive project.
Yeah, and something else that we found important was we've also discussed with the person we were making deal with that if there are things we can fix ourselves, then it wouldn't have to be in the contract. So, for example, social media, you could just post your own stuff, or if we could find someone, like hire someone who would do it for cheaper, we could also just do that as well. Because you already have someone who you work with for the artwork, for example, like we would not need to have that in this contract. And with the, if I'm right, the video and the what was it, the video cost and the marketing cost would actually be like on the same topic, like on the same cost. So
Yeah,
we
yeah.
thought it was weird that one would be recoupable and one for 50%. So we just said non-recoupable at all. So that's, yeah, that was what we chose to do.
Yeah, and also they wanted, by the way, to do to have 20% of all your sponsorships.
Yeah.
So we also wrote this down that like, yeah, in case you have this get the sponsorship through the label, yeah, of course we accept this 20% fee. But in case, for example, somebody just sends you a message on Instagram, for instance, like, oh, let's do this sponsorship thing, it does not relate to them. So we wanted this to make clear that, like, in case that is done for some personal communication, they don't get anything.
Right. Okay. Cool.
Yeah. So
All right.
I think that's it from our
Yeah.
part, if I'm correct.
Yeah, that's everything we worked on, I think, and we wanted to thank you as well, of course, for the meetings and the insights. And yeah,
No problem.
we hope you learned something from it.
Yeah. There's definitely something I want to maybe sit down and have a little look through and maybe look to use for sure. So I appreciate that massively. Thank you.
So nice to hear. Great. We also really enjoyed working with you on this project because we've also learned a lot from you as well and from working with you. So thank you, and thank you for your time and being open to helping us.
No problem. Yeah, cool. Hopefully we'll have before the end of the year some proper shows for all this music that I've been making, and I'll see Nurko on Saturday, and maybe he can he can share like information about a gig. Because I don't think many of you are probably following me on socials, which is fine. I don't do what you got to do, but it would be cool if you actually saw like a result, what we want it to be, basically in terms of the products. So there should be like a show, like I'd say probably like a starter or something like that, for example, like that sort of level of venue here in Utrecht, and then cool if you came down and bought like a fucking badge or a t-shirt or something. We'll
Yeah.
have to see.
Yeah, I think we could all just maybe with the whole class, or at least some people from the class, because I know a lot of people are going
Yeah,
back
go.
to their home countries. We could come watch, of course. We can be in the audience.
Now we'll figure it out. I'll let Nurko know about that in good time. But yeah, thank you very much. Appreciate it. Just send all your shit through if you can. That would be great. And I'll get to work on it.
Yes. Thank you.
No problem. Bye bye, guys. Have a good day.
Thank you very much once again. Bye.
Bye bye. Bye.